Has CM Punk's AEW return and brand split plans been revealed? An AEW star has hinted at retirement, and WWE want an NXT star in the WrestleMania main event. Stay tuned for the news. The internet is abuzz.
Always, for the last 8 years or so, I reckon.
For the last 8 years or so, for the return of this one man. He's returning once again.
CM Punk coming back. It looks like it's going to be happening. A few notes from the Wrestling Observer newsletter. A few little bits that we know, a few that we suspected, and maybe a one or two that we don't know.
Yeah, certainly. So, as the Observer states, as things stand right now, the return of CM Punk is scheduled for the 17th of June show at the United Center in Chicago, which, being a Saturday night show, is likely the debut of the new weekly show. So the rumor of the new show name is Collision.
I like it.
I like Collision as well.
I think
that's quite good, based on a trademark the company took out some time back when the talks with Warner Brother Discovery for the new Saturday show got serious. And however, at press time of the Wrestling Observer, everything was not finalized, but the building is booked, and it will likely be announced very shortly when the Punk deal and the TV deal are finalized. Obviously, with the building deal in place, the TV deal has to either be done or they must be almost certain of it.
You're right. So a lot of stuff there that I think we knew, but the interesting stuff from this is the possible brand split plans. And I think that this is stuff that a lot of people will have suspected, but it's noted here. One would think that it being in Chicago means that Punk will be a babyface, and from a business standpoint, they need a babyface top draw right now with MJF, the BCC, and Jericho on the heel side, and FTR is the faces, who would likely be linked with him on the Saturday show. So we all suspected it, but FTR and Punk on the Saturday show, and then it's noted the Elite and the BCC will remain the top attractions on the Wednesday Dynamite show. So Elite BCC over there on Wednesday, and then where does that leave MJF, do you reckon?
Well, that's a really good question.
That could go either side. I reckon they might put him on the Punk show.
Oh, do you reckon?
Maybe.
Do you reckon? I don't know. I feel like MJF is probably one of the ones, since he is the top guy with the belt. I think he'll
stay
maybe
on the
float. Or maybe float between just to get viewership. I know CM Punk will be on this Saturday show, or so we believe at least anyway. So I mean, the viewership will be up for that, I assume. But I think it makes sense to have the champion sort of float between.
Be a bit of a floater.
The two. Yeah, but I mean, obviously, very telling there that it seems as though things aren't really mended properly between CM Punk and maybe members of the BCC and the Elite, as they are very much being kept separate at this point.
You know what? I think it's embarrassing. Yep. I genuinely think it's embarrassing, and I'll no doubt get some nasty comments for this, but when you've got to split your roster to keep them apart because they're not going to get along, and you're basically having to make a new TV show and just totally separate them. First of all, like, what happens when it comes to pay-per-views? And they'll inevitably be on the same card. They're going to encounter each other backstage at press events, all that sort of stuff as well. And eventually, you're going to have to chop and change people between the brands. They will end up backstage together at some point, because you can't have the same roster. You can't just keep them apart forever, right?
Yeah.
So they're going to have to do something there. And I honestly totally get why they're doing it, and I totally get how valuable CM Punk is, and we'll get to that in just a second. This TV deal might not have happened without CM Punk, the Saturday show, that is. But I think it's sad, and I do think it's embarrassing, the fact that you've had to split your entire roster seemingly just for one bloke. I don't think that can be very good for morale generally. Like you're taking people apart backstage just because one guy can't get along with everyone else, and maybe that's unfair on Punk. Maybe I'm saying it's all Punk's fault. I don't know or anything, but essentially it comes down to one human being, and you've got to keep people away from that human being, whoever's fault it is. And I don't think that's especially good business.
No, I don't either. I wonder, I mean, hopefully it doesn't turn into this as well, but I guess there's the worry as well that you've got these two shows that are split, and obviously there's, different sides of the story on everything, but does that then lead to people, tribalism within each of these shows? Like some people aligning with some people aligning with Punk, because I imagine the people that maybe want to work on the Saturday show, very much on Punk's side in this thing, and want to wrestle. Like, who knows? Well,
that's the thing. I think you're totally right. It's not something that I'd really considered. But this could actually, they're doing this to alleviate backstage issues. But if it does become tribalistic, then it could actually increase those backstage issues when things do have to change and when people do have to share a locker room again. Hopefully these all active professionals.
Absolutely.
It's worked so far, that's for sure.
It has. Well, the thing is though, AEW might not have secured this third TV show without CM Punk himself. So again, from The Observer, multiple people have said that Warner Brothers Discovery wanted Punk back as the star of the new Saturday show, although others have been told differently. We do know that he was extremely important in this deal, but whether the deal was incumbent on him, we've heard both ways. Yeah.
I mean, he's tremendously valuable. And I guess the thing is, Punk's not going to be doing it for too much longer. He might be back for a couple of years, something like that. And so maybe you can keep them apart for 2 years, make the money with Punk, and then try and repair the locker room in whatever state it's in at that time. Who knows?
You hope that could be the case at least.
He's not going to be doing it forever, is he?
He's not, but someone who might also not be doing it forever.
I'm gutted.
There's one AEW star, and AEW star has indeed hinted at retirement, and that is Sean Spears, Mr. 10 himself. Sean Spears was...
it's the only gimmick he got over.
Sean Spears was on with Chris Van Vliet and was asked about future wrestling plans, and he said, "I don't want to do it much longer, not because I'm being forced out of it or anything health-wise. I'm in very good shape. I feel like I've done a lot. I feel like I'm pretty level-headed." Sean Spears said that before he does hang up his boots, he'd like to win a championship in a major company, citing a photo that he owns of John Huber with his son and the reasons behind it.
That's really sweet,
it is really
isn't it?
sweet.
So he's got this photo of John Huber with the TNT title, and he wants to do that for his own kids. I think that's really nice.
I think that's really nice. And I was looking on the Wikipedias and I was like, he's never won a championship in WWE. In Ohio Valley Wrestling and that, in developmental, yes, but never within WWE itself.
No.
And not within AEW either at this time of recording.
Not even the 24/7 title.
Not even the 24/7 title. So I can see Sean Spears maybe getting a TNT. There's still stuff there. Wardlow's just won the belt back. Obviously, there was stuff with the Pinnacle. Yes, he says he's left.
Why
that
are you talking
behind
about
him.
the mid-card titles, Andrew?
Well, I don't know. Well,
main event. Look at Sean Spears.
Brody Lee there with the TNT title. It would be a nice little way to tie it all back round together.
I think it's really nice. Good luck to the guy as well. Like, even if he doesn't get this title, and so he's got a nice photo for him and his kids. He gets to go home to Peyton Royce every night. So really,
he's the winner all along.
Forget the props. You've got Peyton. No, I'm joking. Good luck to him. Good luck to him. Whatever he does next. Like, he does all the training and stuff. Like, he'll stay in wrestling for sure. Even if he's not an active competitor, he'll stay in wrestling.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, moving on from the AEW side of things to the WWE side of things, because it gets even better, everybody. Following an unexpected character change on NXT, it's being reported that a promising star is being positioned for a WrestleMania push, and somewhere out there, who's that? Do I hear Ross hollering in the background somewhere? Dave Meltzer has provided further insight into the plans for Von Wagner on Wrestling Observer Radio.
This is such a funny quote. This is such a funny quote from Dave. He's tall, he's got blonde hair, they want him to main event WrestleMania, but you need charisma to get to that level. One thing, right? I like Von Wagner's fine and everything.
Yeah.
I don't think he's had that much of a chance to like really sell a character, and that's changed in the last little while, hasn't it? Because he's dropped Robert Stone and now he's begging for him back.
With Robert Stone now,
he begged for him back, so he's back with Robert Stone. So hopefully that leads to some character work, and he became a meme. Obviously, Von Wagner became a meme, and he's not especially charismatic. Apparently, Vince McMahon saw something in him. He wanted him to be a WrestleMania main eventer. The fact that this is once again being echoed, people are saying that it means that Triple H sees him as a future WrestleMania. There's obviously something there, right? 6'5", and he's got blonde hair. I don't know what the difference.
That's all you need for
Hogan,
for
right?
Vince, right? That's all you need.
Do you see it happening?
Not like you were saying. I mean, NXT is a developmental place. There's enough time for him, I think, to finally find his character. Hopefully, sometimes it takes people a lot longer than others to finally find the footing within WWE. And it remains to be seen.
I remember reading a report, this is a year or two ago now, that the Creed brothers were being thought of as future WrestleMania main eventers as well.
Genuinely see that now.
Well, they're proving it at the moment, right?
Yeah.
Von Wagner, still a bit of work to do.
Yeah.
But maybe come WrestleMania 50, he'll be up there.
I mean, if we're talking about like quite a bit in the future, then yeah.
Give him a big silly gimmick. Caveman.
He's already got one. He is the living embodiment of a caveman.
I know.
He's a Neanderthal.
Lean into it. Proper Fred Flintstone. Comes down to the ring on one of that car with his feet
ice.
going like that.
He goes in ice and then they have to thaw him out before he can get in the ring.
Every time. 4 hours blow torches. There you go. Good luck, Von Wagner.
Good
Come
luck,
Tuesday.
Von Wagner. Thank you very much for joining us on this second news video. We've got more news.
Loads
for
more news.
Coming up on this Friday. But until then, it's been a pleasure and we'll see you in the next one.